your body. We'll be able to build on that and use that for further practices as we go along together. And then last week we discussed from foundation to intention. And so being able to seed and know that the power of mind just has that ability with one thought. And with the one thought that you scope into focus, there starts to build and create this power of intention. And the intention is important because there's so much purpose and meaning behind it. And so how we move today will be a movement of intention. Today, our intention as a class is going to start to move toward the expansion. So now that you have the foundation, now that you will see the intention, you'll be able to move and expand that energy in your body. And as we take a few moments with our breath, then we're going to actually start with something quite invigorating called the breath of joy. So please find a steady foundation with your body, with however you choose, whether you're beginning seated, and if you begin standing, that's absolutely your choice, but you want to try and limit any distractions that are around you. So being able to solely focus in on you now. This is your time. This is your body. And so your attention is inward. And so my suggestion to you is to close your eyes. And as you have your eyes now closed, begin to feel your breath in your body. Where does the inhale go? And then pay attention to how the exhale is leaving. And you're really taking the seat of the witness here in your body as you're breathing. So you're not trying to make your breath any different than it truly is now. And so just let yourself observe you in your body with this breath. You get what you intend to create by being in harmony with the power of intention. This is responsible for all of creation. So giving yourselves these first few moments before we start to move as anxious or as nervous as we might feel, let go of the expectation and come truly into what you can set for yourself as this intent. What do you mean to do tonight? What do you hope to expand from when you set this intention for yourself? Clarify it in your mind. If you need to bring it down to fewer words or even one word, so that when you get distracted or something pulls you out of your journey, you can draw right back in to this, the seed of intention, this power that you have with your mind to bring it in. And then show me that you have your intention by folding your hands and palms to touch. No rush. And so with our hands in this gesture we call Anjali Mudra in Sanskrit is to know that we have this commitment to yourself, and then to seed the intent and stay with this commitment of intention. Take a deep breath into it. Full exhale out your mouth. Lay your hands down to your thighs and just start really slowly with some neck rolls. Notice immediately if you organically move fast or slow, and then use the speed of your intuitive movement to take the opposite speed. So if you're starting pretty quickly, then ask yourself, well, can I intend to just slow it down a little here? To really start feeling in my body for what it is, not just a stretch or a physical or muscular action, but with the intent of just letting my body move in this beautiful and unique way. And absolutely from the other end, from moving slowly to maybe trying to move a little quicker and seeing what that might do in your mind and how that might feel different. Bow the chin toward the chest, dropping low, sending a closeness and a greater physical connection of your upper mind. So when we think so much from day to day and time to time, to be able to say, this is the gesture and the action and intention of may I drop my mind into the heart of my body and move from this place of center. Take a deep breath in here. And a full exhale out and through. We're going to start standing. So please meet me at the top of your mat, and we'll begin with a style of breath, a pranayama called breath of joy. And this is intended to be very invigorating, very opening for the nervous system, and to start to allow this energy to flow in and through us. I'll demonstrate slowly, and then if we can, we'll try to move in a rhythm together. So feet parallel, toes wide so that we're grounded in connection to the earth. It'll be one breath per movement and action. So the first gesture is the arms going up, and we want to inhale with this lift. You're going to keep inhaling, so it's a sharp and natural inhale as you bring the arms out to the side, like you're giving somebody a really big hug. So you're still inhaling here, sharp through the nose. And then you're going to inhale again, sharp the third time. So it's quite a big inhale of breath. The arms go up. And then here comes the full exhale where you let it go. Bend your knees, support your back. Throw your arms gently in behind you as you bow forward and reach back. Okay, so that's the full exhale. I'll show you again more slowly, and then we can start to breathe together. So the inhale is the arms up, and some of you have done this with me before. Inhale, arms wide. Still inhaling sharp through the nose. Big exhale out your mouth. And it's great because your mic is muted, so feel free to express that sound and be as loud or as quiet as you want. Let's do that again together, and then we'll start moving in rhythm together as a class. Inhale up, inhale wide, inhale up again, full exhale here. Inhale up, inhale wide, inhale up, full exhale. Inhale up, inhale wide, inhale up, full exhale. Keep going, up, wide, up, exhale, up, wide, up, exhale, up, wide, up, exhale. A little faster, up, wide, up, move the energy, exhale, up, wide, up, exhale. Last two, up, wide, up, exhale. Last one, up, wide, exhale. Last one, stay bowing forward and fold over your legs. Catch yourself with your breath. Inhale slowly. Exhale, pouring, washing sigh out your mouth. Soften your knees, grab hold of your elbows, and take little swings and sways side to side. More particularly, bringing the space into the low back and the side waist as you swing left to right. If you want to allow the spine some suspension and wave-like movement, then you can gently rock forward and back, playing with the weight shift from heel to toe and toe to heel. And taking a couple minutes in this sway as though to soothe the body and to find that relief back into a natural pace in your breathing now. Very good work. Release your arms, your elbows, your hands, bend your knees, ragdoll to stand. Inhale the arms up toward the sky. And then take a pause, prayer your hands, palms to center chest. And then just notice the difference perhaps in your body's energy, the feeling from the inside, your pace and breath here, and taking that stance where you're still being that witness. While our hands have been brought back to Anjali Mudra, clarify and reset the intention. And we'll start to move more flowingly with some sun salutations, so reinforcing the flow of energy in and through our bodies. So we'll start slowly, and then I'll have you do two at your own pace. And generally it's one movement, so whether arms or legs, or lifting or bowing for one breath. Let's start together more slowly for the first out of three. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bless yourself as you bow forward, moving with this meditation and intent. Inhale, halfway lift, hips standing over feet, chest forward. Exhale, bow, forward fold. Drop palms to the earth, step back, high plank. Always can be taken with the knees down if you require more support for your wrists and back. Fingers spread wide, you know your foundation, remember it and set it. Belly tones in, a little bit of core here. Exhale, bend the elbows and lower.
As you inhale, choose your back bend, either upward dog or low cobra as I am, hips to floor. Exhale, tuck toes, press away from the earth with your inhalation, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Let's settle here for a moment before we flow into the next 2 cycles. Paddle through the heels, move as necessary, move as organically as the body asks, and discern whether it's your mind playing a role in this practice, or you're truly allowing yourself once again to drop out of thought in the head and really come into deep connection with yourself center. And so breathing from this place. When we expand, it is necessary to have a strong foundation. It is necessary to have a purpose and intent to extend from. Looking forward, choose to step or leap the legs to the top of mat. If you've never hopped before, try it out. Inhale, rise, halfway lift to recover the legs and spine. Exhale, bow, forward fold. Come up with your inhale, rise from heel toe, reach for the sky. And this is your second. You're going to start to take it at your own pace. If you need to follow along with the order and gestures, then just take a little glance forward, but I'll try and be silent so that you can complete your 2 cycles in vinyasa on your own. And then we'll meet in standing mountain. Okay. All right, let's start together with our inhale. And off you go at your own pace and rhythm. Take your time, no rush at all. I'm just, sorry, muting a couple of you. Okay, there, that's better. Really good. Inhale the arms up to sky. Exhale, fingertips down to the floor. Lunge your left leg back and lower the knee down. We're going to start with the knee down to really open up through the front of the hip. This hip here attaches toward the low back, so we want to give ourselves some space, but without force, so we're not pushing or leaning too far forward with the pelvis. In fact, we'll start back a little in a way where your hips are square. Really plunge the right heel down into the floor, firm foundation and ground, and then from the heel, you can start to lift the arms and the upper body to the sky. From the earth and up, your foundation is steady. Your toes are wide, even your back foot is planted to the floor, whether toes are tucked or untucked. And from this sturdy foundation, you have that opportunity to expand from. If this feels okay for you here, you can hold it. If you'd rather, you can push back into your left toes to elevate the knee off the floor. Either or position, low or high lunge, with the arms raised up toward the sky. Clasp your left wrist with your right hand, and then start leaning toward the right. Now, what you'll feel might happen is that the hips will start to sway in one direction. So reset foundation, stay square so that there's no pain or strain in your low back as you're taking this side bend. Big breath in here. Come on up towards center and prayer your hands at your chest. Let your sternum bone come forward to your thumbs and then bow over your right thigh just a little. Take a deep breath in here and use the inhale to coil the upper rib cage to the right as you twist. Left elbow hooks to the right outer thigh. Fingers or palms into one another pressing and spinning your heart to face the right. First twist here, so go gentle, be kind to your body, no force, no pressure. Notice the struggle or challenge in breath, if at all, and work to keep the body cleansing and focused by staying in tune with inhale and exhale. One more cycle. Yeah, good first one. Inhale, untwist, unwind. Hands to the floor. Let's walk your left foot in just a little closer, and close enough so that the heel can come all the way flat down to the floor. But it can still be a wide stance between right heel to back toes. Fingertips alongside your shoulders underneath. Inhale, halfway out, and then exhale, wave into it. So we're going to approach this one, and we might do it again later on, or actually we will, with soft knees for the first one. So even my forward right knee is slightly bent here. Inhale, wave out of the pose. Exhale, bowing the belly over thigh, nose toward the knee. One more time, inhale, lengthening out with the spine, and then exhale, bowing in. It's important that we approach our body in these positions with dynamic movement and breath, so that we're not forcing, we're not creating rigidity, but we're actually allowing the space of flow. So as you hold this position, I want you to bring your attention to the place or the pockets of your body where maybe you feel some stagnation. Maybe you feel a little jammed up in your hip or your knee, sometimes the joint areas. And I'd like to see if you can adjust your body just minutely. A little sway of the hips, a little extension of the knee in order to bring the flow of energy into that space. Now breathe completely with this flow so that you can further expand your energy, going toward and beyond potential. Slowly release by stepping forward now. Feet side by side at the top of your mat. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Come on up to stand, reach your arms wide all the way to sky, and we'll take a bow on this one, forward folding over the legs again. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale, lunge the right leg back and lower the knee down. Start low, and then you can aim high and extend anywhere that you need to. Position the feet toes wide, back toes can be tucked underneath. Knee stays down for now. When you're ready, let's do the side again. Close your eyes so that you're really feeling from the ground up with your legs. Eyes closed, arms reaching to sky. That's it. Trust yourself. Plant your left heel. Well done. Keep the eyes closed and feel for the clasp of your wrist, left around right. Soften the shoulders down. Take a deep breath into your chest, and then start leaning just your upper body to the left. And allowing yourself to move into balance by adjusting and staying in tune with that eyes closed connection, and then making those adjustments through your feet or your hips to compensate the weight or the reach. Stay leaning to the left. Last cycle of breath. And then open your eyes, reach up and look up. Pry your hands together, center chest. With intention, lead forward and inhale, and then twist right elbow hooks to the outside of your left thigh. And if you did elevate that back knee, then you can already lift that there. Good, relax your shoulders back. So sometimes what happens is the right shoulder wants to lean in and come along for the ride, but you're gonna draw it back while maintaining the left shoulder wide and away from it. Yeah, it looks really good. Breathe into your whole chest. For a moment, you may wish to explore the hands becoming lighter and separating from one another. And we may have not done that on the other side, but just to explore this possibility of expansion. Yeah, there you go. Hands and palms join back to one. Inhale to untwist, unwind. Fingertips to the floor. If you do need blocks, absolutely. Walk your right foot in until the heel meets the earth and flat. Square through your hips. Looking forward beyond your left toes so that you can reach your heart almost ahead of that left foot as you extend the spine long. Big breath in. And then exhale, bowing over that left side. So you're going to do that 2 more times. It's as though it's like a spinal sweep. So we're really launching the chest forward to create the length between the joints of the vertebra. Exhale, bow over that left side leg. All right, with the intention of creating space and allowing the flow of energy, inhale, breathe. Exhale, let go. Stay here, hold here, but keep the breath moving. breathing in pyramid pose, maybe scanning for those pockets of stagnation or held energy and tension, and then really bringing the focus of your mind and awareness to those areas to create space. And just a reminder, throughout the remainder of the practice, you always have the option of changing the breath style or pranayama as you desire. It can be through the nose and out the mouth. That's generally deep cleansing, quite regulating. In through the nose and out from the nose, so solely the nasal passage, more heat invigorating and containing within the body. You can think of it a bit like a vacuum, I suppose. Release the position by stepping forward, right foot to meet your left. Inhale, halfway raise. Exhale, fold. Now separate your feet just a little wider than hip distance, so wider than 2 fists placed between your big toes and your heels. I'd like you to take your big toes with your peace fingers. So index and third slide right in between big toe and second and go underneath. Let your thumbs rest precisely between your index and your third finger. And you'll create what we call a mudra and a ceiling at the base of our legs. Spread the toes wide. Inhale like you did with your sweep. Reach the heart forward, extend your spine. And then exhale, bow into it. Soften the knees any amount. Bend or straighten the elbows any amount. Now you have a choice here with the shoulders and the traps, depending on what it feels like in your body right now. You can really let them heavy and just totally relax them, or you can slightly engage them and give more space for your neckline. Try both. See which one acknowledges your breath there, where it's free and flowing, and then try to stick with that one and commit to it for 2 more breaths. With purpose now, there is opportunity to expand. Stay with this mudra, the clasp of your fingers and toes. A little bit of play with balance, listen carefully. Keeping the big toes looped on both sides, lean all the weight into your left foot and see if you can release your right foot and your hand and toe off the floor, simply by having a balanced connection between pulling up with your toe and pushing your toe into your fingers. Switch sides. Transfer weight into the right leg and let's see how your left foot takes off. There you go. Good job. And then release both feet to the floor. Unhook fingers from toes. Inhale, halfway raise. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees a little. Inhale, arms up. Come to stand. Prayer hands together, center chest. Pause, breathe. And just acknowledge a sense of stillness that is still occurring within the body. So you might feel the heart racing and picking up. You might even feel the circulation of blood flow. But where is the energy that's contained in your body here? So know that you are an abundance of energy. And with this abundance of energy, we are going to allow it to expand. So a couple of moves in one go. If you get tired enduring on one leg, then just break it up. Take a little walk out, shake it out if you have any cramping of muscles at all. Let's set up for eagle pose, hands on hips. You're gonna send the weight into your right leg. Lift up your left knee and thigh. Bend both knees and then allow that left knee to cross over the right side. You can look down for reference. Okay, are my knees and thighs on top of one another? You have the option of planting the left big toe down to the floor and even pushing the ground so that you lift up and stand up and sit up. You also have the option of wrapping the foot behind the back of the calf. Either or, whatever feels best. No force in the body whatsoever. Squeeze the legs, charged and toned in together so that it really supports the surrounding knee joints. So we're creating a compression of energy so that we have the ability and space to expand. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, left elbow underneath the right, they cross. Opportunity to grab hold of shoulders. Opportunity to explore backs of the hands meeting together or fronts of the palms and fingers. Bend the knees, sink low, sit low. Give yourself a little chance to get closer to gravity in the earth. Deep breath in, stay for your exhale. Commitment, discipline, power of intention. Take an inhale here. Good job, you guys. With your core, belly draws in, and from your core, lower down, hinging at your waist. Look to the earth for reference. Set your drishti with your eyes, and then slowly, you're going to expand your body physically here. So from all that wound up closing inward, you're going to unwind your legs, unwind your arms, kick back, and reach out, airplane. Stay enduring on your right side leg. Soften the knee as necessary. Deep breath in and hold it. Exhale to release and rise. Left foot side by side with your right. Hands and palms to touch. And just recover by carrying your breath in. And then letting it through. Notice the physical aspects in your body of circulation, of heart rate. And see if you can really acknowledge the energy that's in your body here. Okay, straight to the other side with that sequence. Inhale the arms up. Good, setting up with breath. Exhale, hands and palms together. With your hands on your hips, weight transfer into your left leg. Lift up the right knee and thigh and cross over. So bending the knees and getting low does help. It gives you a little less height to work with, closer to the floor. Toe to touch or top of foot behind calf. Steer the knees to point forward while your hands on your hips. Yeah, that's good. Just a little more with that right hip back. Okay, got it. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, right elbow underneath the left. Keep the breath flowing in your body. Don't worry about the physical balance. Keep the breath in balance. Inhale. Stay for exhale. Inhale, hinge forward, lean down. Commit to a spot with your eyes. Now let's unwind this one together as a class slowly for 5 counts. Ready and uncross legs and arms for 5. Keep unwinding with control. 4. Start expanding into all that space that's around you. 3. Kick back, reach wide. 2. And land it on 1. Airplane. Pushing back with your toes, staying buoyant in your hips and through your breathing. Release nice and slowly, rise, feet side by side, hands and palms to touch. Well done. Deep inhale here. Cleansing full exhale. Inhale the arms up to sky. Exhale, bow over your legs, forward fold. Gently inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale, just place the palms to the floor and step back to high plank. High plank, shoulders standing over hands, palms, wrists. Creases the elbows moving forward so that you set the muscles of the arms in line to work for you. Heels on top of the toes, and unless the knees are down, then they bear just a little less weight. Tone the core and breathe. While holding for 5 more. 4, 3, slowest count ever, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relieve the knees down to your mat. And then spin your heels back behind your knees so that you're facing my direction. So you're going to stay on the knees. And certainly if you need extra padding, then your knees can be on that soft block or a towel. If you don't have either of those materials, fold your mat in half, create a bit more support. Just gonna be on the knees for a moment. Let's reach down with your left hand, roots of fingers wide, standing on top of the trunk of the arm, and then extend your right leg out to straight. Let's see if you can have the full of the foot to the floor, heel toe, and then inhale, reach the right arm wide and up, trace a line over the ceiling, and then back down to the earth, the fingers will point. Full side stretch here. I'm going to give you a few opportunities so you can stay here and just enjoy the expansion of the stretch. You can, 2, grab a hold of the top of the right foot and make it a quad stretch. So you're still taking it from the side. And number 3, it's slightly more core. You're going to extend your left foot just ahead of the right toes, balancing solely on the left arm and right foot as you kick your left leg out to the side here, or out in front of you. So just a variation of side plank. Okay, whichever one you've chosen, You chose it for a reason, so you're going to stay with it for 2, for 1, and then exhale, slowly come down, gently coming out of your pose, and we'll go straight to the other side while you're already set up. So you're on your knees, right palm is down now. Good, I like how you're really taking your time in your setup, careful placement. If there's anything going on with your shoulder, I did forget to mention, you can always come down to an elbow, okay? Excellent. Left leg out to side and straight, heel toe. So we're finding more of that ground connection and earth, pushing with the foundation of the foot, and then being able to extend from it. The meaning here is the reach of breath. Your intent is already with you, and now you can fully expand. Please choose your options for the last 4 breaths. As a reminder to you, you can grab a hold of the left foot or quad, or you can take the right leg just ahead of the left toes and side plank it. All right, here we go, breath. And whenever I'm counting, it's not just for time, but it's actually intended for your breathing, okay? 1 more breath. That's it. Slowly come your way out, hands and knees. Let's do a cat-cow here to neutralize your spine. Inhale, nice and long, tail end to sky, chest forward. Exhale, a little round into cat. And we'll take a pause and a reprieve into child's pose. So go ahead and place your hips close to your heels. Reach your arms well forward. Choose this expression of your arms that you wish. Hands reaching, hands behind, or palms to touch and elbows bent.
Perhaps acknowledging and noticing the vibration of energy in your body. What has been moved and rinsed and cleansed from. You move with intention because you have purpose. And you get to move with meaning. Let's continue to do that as we come into our next position. Come on up to downward facing dog. I did get a thumbs up for core, so we'll do just a touch here. And if it's not really your jam, you can stay on hands and knees and just do the legs here with the knee to the elbow with the left knee down, okay? Always an option. Otherwise, feel free to come up into downward dog, hips raised. Good distance between hands and feet. Inhale, right leg up toward the sky, and work at bringing your right knee toward the right elbow. Inhale, right leg up toward the sky. So you might feel a bit of momentum at first, but we will do another round. And then right knee toward the left elbow. Okay, let's try it without momentum now. So inhale, right leg to sky. And you're going to place the right knee closer toward the right elbow coming forward. So without so much of a swing in the shoulders. Now bring the right knee and thigh to center and hold, really cinching in at the waistline, squeezing the abs. Keep breathing. And then exhale and place the right foot forward because you have that control and connection from your core. Please lower your left heel down to the mat. And then windmill the arms up for warrior 2. So the windmill creates a little bit of a lift of that expression and expansion. Arms and shoulders centered over your hips. Right knee quite well bent. Deep breath in, softening into the pose with your exhale. Turn your right palm up toward the sky and reach all the way up to the ceiling. Left arm is going to move in behind your back body, and you're either going to feel the back of your left hand in toward your lower spine, top of pelvis, or you might even start sliding your left hand further forward until it meets the crease of the right hip and waist. Let's spread the fingers of the right hand and cradle the back of the head. Give support to the neck and then start lifting with the elbow up so it creates this stretch of expansion into the ribs, the lats, and the side of your right body. Big breath into that side, the sensation. Full breath out and through.
From the ground up, press down, unwind the arms, inhale, return to warrior two, and let this be symbolic of just remembering to be steady again. Deep inhale here. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands alongside your right foot. Let's return to that pyramid shape with our legs for a hamstring. So you're going to take a step in with the left foot. How far? So that the left heel comes all the way down to touch. Please use your blocks, your bottles, or books as tools. And in position one of your left hand, you can place it on the same side, left hand, left side foot, palm underneath the shoulder. If you want a deeper twist in the spine, then you're going to cross the block to the outside of your right toes. Maybe try the same side first and then see what it feels like. Let's raise our chest up so the spine is long. Long enough that you feel your body and your back is parallel to the floor. Take your right hand and bring it to the outside of your left ribs, and you're going to use it to assist you on the rotation. Take a deep breath in, and then slowly exhale into the twist by letting your chest coil to the right. Use the hand to the outside ribs to just gently guide the side body over to the right. From here, feel free to explore that extension and expansion. If the foundation feels steady, when the mind is in remembrance of intention, then you can really extend from it and it becomes more powerful. For those of you that have a deeper cross or a deeper rotation, the cross will be blocked to the outside right foot. I'm going to challenge us to hold here for a couple more breaths because the twist can be really tricky with how we're breathing and also how we can sustain the physical posture. So let's try for another two. Another last one. And then inhale to slowly uncoil and twist and wind. One more on this side. Drop the left knee back down to the earth. Yeah, you got it. Take the blocks, your tools, underneath each hand, underneath each shoulder, and start walking them back toward your hips. Enough until your right toes are off the floor. You're flexing them back to you and you're balancing on your heel. Yeah, beautifully done. Inhale, let lengthen your spine by reaching your heart toward your right toe. And then exhale, bow into it. Keep the right knee soft and the legs activated and charged. You're welcome to hold this position in stillness. You're also welcome to take those gentle sweeps of moving through the spine, just coming out of the pose with a lift and then folding back in again. So we'll be here for just a little longer. Acknowledge things that seep into your mind, and then let yourself fall back into your body by experiencing what you're feeling in this particular posture. Without judgment, whether you feel that it's good or doesn't feel good, just let it be complete. Come out of the pose. Stand back onto your right foot, hands and palms to the mat. Please step your right leg up toward the sky, three-legged dog. And take a moment to declutter front hip by bending the right knee and taking some circular gestures of the right leg in the sky. For those that wish, you're welcome to take a wild thing pose, where you're bringing the weight onto your left hand, dropping the right foot to the outside of your left, and turning your hips and pelvis to the sky, reaching up again and expanding through that arm. Return to downward facing dog and take one cycle in vinyasa, flow, rinse, move that energy. We'll stay here for a cleansing breath. Similar to breath of joy, where in which the exhale is quite audible. The audibility allows the stagnation of energy just to be released from the body. So let's take a couple here together. So inhale through your nose. Exhale, big sigh. One more inhale. Big sigh, exhale. Almost heard you on that one. Okay, inhale the left leg to sky. Bring the knee toward the elbow, it doesn't have to touch. Little swing there, you'll notice how the natural motion of it happens. Inhale, left leg to sky. Little swing as you come forward, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, left leg to sky. This one, no momentum. Come forward nice and slowly, sliding the shoulders right over the hands and wrists. Left knee to left elbow. Left knee and thigh to center. Squeeze in, tuck, so you can kiss your knee. 3, 2, 1, and place the foot forward. Good. Lower the right heel down to your mat and come up to warrior 2 when you're ready. Noticing your heart rate and your breath pace as you come back to a sense of holding steady. Please turn your left palm toward the sky and reach up. Right arm from the back of the hand goes in behind the spine. Feel for your spine and your hips. Rest there if you like, or reach a little further to the crease of your left hip. Spread the fingers of the left hand, cradle the back of the skull, and then lean into it elbow high. Give space to the low lumbar especially, by feeling as though your tailbone can point down to the earth and then keep reaching in an upward direction at the top end of your body. Full breath in, remaining for your exhale. Nice and toned legs. Inhale, slowly undo, untwist, unwind. Take a moment, pause. Big breath in. Exhale, cartwheel your hands alongside your left foot, and then step your right foot in a little closer. And that back right leg or foot can be angled at 45 heel toe. Use your blocks as necessary. Start with your right hand and block on the right side underneath your shoulder for the twist. Leveling out the spine parallel to the floor. Let's use our left arm as a guide. So bring the fingertips and palm to the outside of right rib cage. Good. Work with your breath here slowly, okay? So don't feel that you have to go with one full inhale and then just already open it up. Go slow. So piece it out. Inhale. Exhale slowly, just a little turn. Yeah, good patience in your body. Inhale again. Exhale slowly, little turn. And with this pace, you're allowing and giving yourself the opportunity to move into that expansion without rush. When we seed something physically in the earth, it doesn't happen immediately. In fact, it's very slow as it buds and as it stems. So feel as though you are this extension of what you have seeded, and let yourself move more slowly than you think. Our challenge here, holding for about 3 breaths in your chosen twist, whether the block was crossed to the other side of the foot or same side. Inhale softly lets you out of the pose, coming down to the earth with your hands on your blocks. Big step back with the right leg so that you can bring that knee down. Put the blocks under your hands and palms. Go ahead and journey back toward your hips. Flex the left toes up, soften the left knee, engage the quad by gently digging the heel into the mat, and then lean forward with your heart. So we might feel that our head has to come and touch the toes, but in fact we want the extension of the spine, so reaching your sternum bone toward the big left toe. A few breaths here. Exhale to slowly release, come out of your pose. You can remove blocks aside, transfer the weight back forward into left foot, hands and palms touch. Left leg sweeps back up nice and high toward the sky, three-legged. Let's take that cleansing motion for the front hip, so bend the left knee and some circles with the left knee out to the side. If you choose to wild thing it, you're going to cross the left foot in behind the right to the floor. Weight comes on the right palm, shoulder stands on top, and then you use the legs to propel the hips and reach with the left arm up. One last cycle through vinyasa here if you wish. Inhale the right leg up toward the sky. Exhale, step the right foot a little wider than the right hand. Heel and toe 45 degrees, lower that left knee again. So we're gonna approach lizard and then move into pigeon from here. So staying with the hip stretch. We wanna warm it up with our breath and with our position. Hands can come underneath the shoulders, fingers wide. If you feel better in your hips and your knees are okay with it, you can flex your right foot, the toes up, and then lean on the pinky toe edge of the whole foot as you let the right knee come out wide. So that's an option. Just make sure you're not feeling any pain or strain in the knee. Another option is to lower the torso closer to the earth and come onto elbows. Here the neck muscles can be a bit more passive, so softening the chin in, letting the head be really heavy and relaxed. That might feel good unless you're really practicing on strengthening your neck muscles for any particular reason. Come up slowly with your hands and palms because you'll need room to bring your right foot across to the left. This one's pigeon, and so often when I suggest that pose, if your knees are tender, then you'll take the time now to lie down on your back and thread the needle instead. Right foot moves across to the left side so that the knee and the shin can come down flat to the earth. No pressure is forward. We're going to walk the left leg further back so there's space in that joint. Super important. Hands, palms can come alongside you, bringing the chest up nice and tall, and then you have that opportunity of lowering down again onto your forearms and your elbows if you like. Request for hips. Old hips turning into young hips, happening right now. Reverse in time, lots of breath. Good focus. Inhale, rise on up with your body, use your arms. Good. Nice and slowly coming out of this one. So you want to tuck the left toes, come forward so that you have the weight onto your hands and palms, not your knee. And then slide the right leg out back, down dog. You have the option to take vinyasa and flow if you really desire. Otherwise, just paddle out the legs, let your hips rest and become more neutral with some movement. And then we'll go to the other side for lizard. So inhale, left leg up. Left foot to the outside of the left hand. Walk the right knee back, give room to your hip flexor. And sole of the foot can stay planted, or lift the toes and roll to the pinky toe side edge. You decide on that one. If you've never tried that one before, just try it. What you're feeling for is definitely no pain in the left knee. Lots of breath here. Our attention can sometimes wander quite a bit as we bring our bodies closer to the earth. There's a little less active concentration, if you will, versus a balance pose of some sort. So really paying attention and keeping with the intent that you've set, so that you're still, even as we're cooling down, coming closer to the earth, you're still creating meaning for you. Let's move from lizard to pigeon. So rising up with the hands and palms. If you're lying down on your back, take your time now. You just bring the left foot across the body to the right side, lower shin down and knee down, and then walk the right toes further back. From limb to limb and side to side of the body, each are different. Rather than forcing it to be any which way at all, just honor it and use your focus and your attention with your breath to create that nice open flow of energy into the places where you feel that tension. Two more full cycles of breath with an even keel and tone. Inhale and exhale. Nice and slowly, use your hands, walk your way up. Tuck back toes underneath, slide left leg out in behind through downward dog. And if you like, that'll be the last vinyasa. We'll start to make our way to lie down really shortly. If you're taking a flow, take your time. Those of you ready, coming into seated, and I'll just quickly demonstrate the next pose, because it'll be a lot more challenging and not safe for you to look around if I'm trying to explain it. So our options when we come down to the floor, one is to take plow, and this is intended to invert the body. So we're bringing blood flow back to the heart as a way of nourishment, and also opening up the muscles through the lower spine. Things to be mindful for is if you do have any neck tenderness or any neck injuries, then maybe avoid this position and take an alternate instead, which I'll provide you with in a moment. So this one in plow is also called shoulder stand. We rock our hips into our hands, and the legs move up toward the sky. No movement to the neck as we stare straight up to the ceiling, and that's important for the neckline. You can play with the suspension of the legs, reaching back or moving toward the floor. You can also play with the extension of the arms to support yourself here. Do though, when you choose this one, or if you do, when you come out, work the core. We did work it a bit to control the descent of the hips and the legs back toward the earth, and then bend the knees to support your back when you come out. And we'll do an alternate pose called fish, where your hands are underneath your bottom, and then we bring the chest up and come on top of the crown head. So that's a nice complementary pose for that one. If you don't wish to take plow pose, your alternative is to come into happy baby, so still inverting, or you can even do the legs as so here with maybe a block underneath. Again, bringing that blood flow down from the toes to the heart. So I'll talk you through plow pose to get set up if you're not already. That's it. Little momentum, rock the hips into the palms, the hands. Good. Yeah, that's it. If eyes closed helps you, that's fine, but just do ensure that you aren't tempted or not looking around at all. The legs do not have to touch the floor, so please don't feel that you're forcing it. Gauge accordingly to the sensation, especially of the spine, and then notice your breath, because sometimes it gets a little short or you feel more pressure, so keep it flowing. Generally, a sufficient count of breath in time is about 8 to 10, but you never have to feel forced to hold it any longer or longer than that at all. And it's not like an ultimate length to try and achieve as a goal. If you feel done on 2, then that's fine. That's it, slowly. When you come out and when you're ready, if your arms straighten down to the floor, palms flat, yeah, good.
And then slowly engage your core and peel your spine back to the earth. Excellent control there, everybody. Really good. To counter from this pose, we'll open up the heart and chest, and we'll finish this way where the heart stays open. So bring your hands and palms underneath your hips and your buttocks. As you push your palms and your arms into the ground to bend your elbows, you'll be coming onto the crown of your head. So the chin is high, you're looking up. If you have neck issues, don't do this one at all. Just fold your knees and thighs into your chest instead. Give yourself a wrapping hug. Legs stay straight, and then toes flop out wide like a fish. Hence the name fish pose. Yeah, and the chest and the heart are lifted really high. There we go. Awesome. Good. No pain. Allow this to be the extension of your heart. Open and free in expression as it is raised and facing outwardly, openly, and upwardly. When you are ready to come out, simply sweep the chin in slowly and closer toward your chest, and that'll allow you to come down to the earth. Before we take Shavasana together, I'd like to give you an opportunity to close with any pose of your choice. So we all took a little bit of a different journey in the end there, so you might need a little something less or more to feel cleansed and relaxed with, so that when you come into your Shavasana, you can be completely undistracted. And if you don't know, just stay in that place of I don't know, and something intuitively will come, and maybe not. In approximately 15 seconds, please allow yourself to journey into Shavasana for full rest. Please feel welcome to make adjustments to your intimate space to accommodate your practice so that you can fully and completely relax. You get what you intend to create by being in harmony with the power of intention, which is responsible for all of creation. Now that you have expanded from a strong foundation, from a powerful intention, may you have this opportunity to rest now so that you can create anything and all that you desire. Take a very slow and gentle sip of your breath in through your nose, noticing how it fills your belly and your lungs, and a softening exhale, outward breath as your whole body feels to sigh. Your body is this vehicle of soul and spirit. Embody its energy in abundance of you. You bring consciousness into your fingers and your toes, into your arms and your legs. Make gestures and movements that make sense for you to slowly wake up. When you're ready, you'll bend your knees and lean onto your right hand side in fetal position. Slowly rise, pressing yourself up towards seated. You can keep a soft gaze or eyes closed just to maintain that blissful sensation that you've created for yourselves. As you fold your hands once again, and at this final time for our practice this evening to seal and close together, may you stay with this commitment of knowing a strong foundation matters. A powerful intention has been and is seated, and you are in abundance of this ability to expand and extend your energy in all directions. Thank you for joining in your practice and being on your mat tonight. Namaste.